Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's video. I am a little late to the game, but we are here anyways. I got my hands on the Mcgrath Bridgerton collab. This is the eyeshadow palette Diamond of the First Water. This is not new, okay? When it first released, I put this in an anti-haul. I thought I wasn't going to get it, and then people started putting reviews out, trying this beautiful eyeshadow palette out, and I just fell in love. I loved the packaging from the jump, but I didn't want to get something just for the packaging, so I saw the inside, I thought it was beautiful, and I wanted to try it out. So today I'm going to create two looks. I'm going to do one on each eye just for time's sake so that I can get this up. These looks will probably not be revolutionary. There's a good chance you've seen them before because there are 6 shades in this palette. So I definitely want to play with all of the shades. You will get to see them all in action, but I just want to warn you, these probably won't be revolutionary. I'm just going to try them out, give you my thoughts, and play with the palette. And if you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. So to prime my eyes, I am going to use this Vive eye wand in the shade Vanilla. I don't know that these are necessarily like supposed to be eye primers, but that's what I've been using lately. I was using the Fenty Beauty eye primer and I really loved it, but I used it all up. So this is what I have in my collection. I like it because it's not super creamy, but it's creamy enough that I can blend it out with my finger, and it does provide a little bit of coverage, but it's not as thick as like the MAC paint pots. I really love the MAC paint pots. I've gotten them several times over the years, but I found that I get dry eyelids and that really accentuates them, and I haven't been having an issue with this. Now, I'm normally someone who sets my eyeshadow primer down, and because I do that consistently, I want to do that. I didn't even think about this. I didn't zoom you guys in. Okay, I'll zoom you in a minute. But I want to do that with this palette because that's what I normally do. So I'm going to go into this Makeup Geek shade. I'm not sure what it is. I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen right here. But I'm going to go in with this shade and put it like on my crease and brow bone and zoom you guys in. And then we'll start playing with the Bridgerton palette. Okay, now that we're up close and personal, let's go ahead and get started. Now, like I said, these looks probably won't be super revolutionary, but I've been loving palettes like this that are a little bit smaller and don't have as many shades. So what I think I'm going to do first is just go in, my brushes are dirty, I need to clean them, with a fluffy Sigma E40. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Are there names? I think this one is Art of the Swoon. And I'm just going to dip into it lightly on the little bumblebee. I have to remember I'm only doing one eye here. And I'm just gonna put this as like my transition. I like it because also this has a mirror. Like I should actually be using that. That's amazing. I like it because it looks like I'm able to build up the pigment, but it wasn't like full opacity right away, so that's what's making this a nice transition shade. I need to clean my brushes. All of my favorite brushes are dirty right now. I'm gonna go into this Morphe Y19 and we are going to go into this shade right here, which I believe is Plum Regalia. Plum Regalia. I'm gonna, ooh, that one, can you see? Gave me some kickback. And I just barely tapped. I'm going to tap some off. I didn't find the first one to give me a ton of kickback, but that one did. We're going to focus this in the crease, and I'm going to take it into the outer V. I'm taking the same shade, but I'm going to go in with my BK207, which is more dense, and I'm going to use this to just kind of pack it right here on the outer V. I have small eyes, And I feel like when I do put shadow out here in the outer V, as silly as this may sound, I feel like it opens them up a little bit more, gives them a little bit more definition. And then I'm just gonna go in with the brush I was using before and blend it out. Then just a touch more of the pink B shade on this fluffy brush and just tie everything together. I love a super blended look. I love for everything just to mesh well, so that's what we're gonna do. Now my favorite brush to apply lid shades is the BK203. Mine is super dirty, so I'm going to reach into, is the BK206 gonna be too big? It might be. Let me reach into something else. Okay, I need my BK203, so I went for the one that's inside my travel kit. I've been keeping those brushes in the travel kit, but I need that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go into this beautiful shade right here, which I think is Duchess Divinity, and I'm gonna spray my brush and put this right on the lid. Here we go. Ooh, look at this shade. This is so beautiful. I feel like this lid shade could almost transform, like, depending on the crease shades. Like, I feel like it's looking a little bit more purple with the purple mattes that I matched with it, the purple and pink. But if you took like a cool toned, maybe like gray shade or something, or went more cool toned, I feel like you would get a nice like cool toned gray look. But this shade is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna go back into this shade right here and my pencil brush from Sigma and just put some of this on the lower lash line to tie everything together. This is typically, if you've seen other videos where I apply my makeup, this is pretty standard, pretty routine for me. Then we are going to take this shade right here and pop that on the inner corner. There we go. One eye is done. Let's move on to this eye here. I think we're gonna start it in the same way, going into this shade right here and putting that all over the crease. Very messy. This one doesn't have as much pigment as that other matte that I used. I'm just gonna place that all over the crease as a transition. Okay, now here's my plan. I have the Rephr #1, which is a little bit fluffier so that it won't be super pigmented, but I want to go into this deeper shade, which is Love Match, I believe. And my plan, oh, not as much fallout with this one either. My plan is to put this on like the outer and inner part, although I do have really small eyes, so it may end up just being all over, but I'm trying to leave a little bit in the middle blank for the blue shade. It's just hard for me to do halos like this because my eyes are so small. I really need like a smaller, more detailed brush to get in this inner part. Maybe I can use this accent brush from Real Techniques. It's like really tiny. And try and get just in this area right over here. I'm also gonna take it up into the crease a little bit. It's just like whatever's left on my brush. So it's gonna give it like a little bit more depth and dimension without being too much, I hope. This looks very pink. So then I'm just gonna use the back side of my BK203, the clean side, and go in with this blue shade and spray my brush again and try and put that right in the middle, and I might even use my finger a little bit too. I don't think this is applying the best with a brush. Let me just take my pinky. I do think this one is It looks like there's a little bit more glitter. I don't know if this is considered her special shade. I don't have a ton of her palettes, but this one definitely feels like more of like a topper. Not as opaque, but it'll be beautiful on top of like all of these other shades. And then I'm gonna do the same, should I? Yeah, I don't wanna do the pink underneath the eye. I'm afraid that'll be too pink, so I'm gonna go in with this one again and the same pencil brush and just put that right under the eye. That blue shade did give me some fallout, but that really is the only shade that did that for me. Let's do the same thing for the inner corner, this shade right here, and the pinky. Pop it right in. I will hop off to do some mascara, and I'll be back to show you the finished looks. Okay, so before I zoom you out and give you my final thoughts, here is what my looks are looking like right now. We have this one with the blue and pink, and then we have this one which is giving me like more purple vibes. I'm into it. In case you were wondering about the rest of my makeup, I am borrowing Smag's. This is her Beauty Light Wand in Peachgasm. That's what's on my cheeks. I was trying it out for the first time. And on my lips, I do have the BK Beauty Lip Liner in Warm Spice, and then the lipstick in the shade Acceptance on top. Trying out that Charlotte Tilbury foundation, but let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Okay, so first of all, the packaging is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I'm into Bridgerton, watched the show, love the packaging. I don't have a ton of Pat's eyeshadow palettes. I do have one of her quads that just came out, the Bronze Borealis, but I can't say that I am a Pat McGrath connoisseur. However, the thing that I noticed about this palette here is these two pinky shades. They almost look like satins, and I really liked them because they went on light, but they appeared to be buildable. Like I could keep building them up and going in deeper, but I didn't have any fallout, and it had nice pigmentation. I don't feel like my eyes look patchy anywhere. This shade right here, again, I didn't have any fallout. Is this one a matte? This one might be the only flat matte in here, but I did get some powder when I dipped into the pan, and that's something, I'm super light-handed. Like, I don't care if there's a little bit of powder in here, but I am super light-handed. It's not like I like went in and was packing my brush in, but I did get a little bit of kickback, so just something to note. I would go in with that shade gently. These two, like, metallic shades. This one almost looks more satiny. I used it on the inner corner. I think this would be nice as a lid shade with that in the crease as well, but I really, really love this shade. I feel like, you know, like I said when I was putting the eyeshadow on, I feel like if you go in with more like warm shades or pink shades, this will look more like purpley, but if you go in a little bit cooler and more gray, it might look a little bit more taupey. This shade right here, I don't know if it's categorized as one of her special shades or not. I'm not too familiar, but kind of looks shifty. This one I did get fallout on. This was the only shade that I had fallout on the face, and it is much more of a topper, so you would want to put something down first and go in on top of that one. Now, I did hear people say in their videos that this was cardboard packaging, and it is cardboard packaging. But when I was thinking of cardboard packaging, I was thinking of like ColourPop, and I love ColourPop. I have several of their eyeshadow palettes, but this is definitely like more sturdy and has more weight than the ColourPop. It is a magnetic closure, and you do have a nice mirror, and it doesn't feel flimsy. Like, this feels solid. It is still cardboard, but it feels solid, and this is just a sticker on the back. Now, price tag, you're paying Pat McGrath prices. I did get this one from the Pat McGrath site before it launched on Sephora because I could get it for 10% off, but I think this is beautiful. I do love all of the details. I love the packaging. I loved the Bridgerton movie, and like I said, I initially was not going to get this, and then I saw the color story, and I could see myself, wearing this eye. Am I going to wear the blue all the time? No. But I could see myself wearing this eye. I could see myself playing in like these three shades. They worked well, turned out nice, and I really like the looks I created. So I'm super happy that I have this in my collection. If you enjoyed seeing my 2 looks, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down below if you tried this eyeshadow palette out and what you think of it. But that is going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe before you go. That way I can see you in the next one.